The Bears made a move. Yeah, they did. And it's a pretty hefty move. Montez Sweat is no longer commander. He is a Chicago Bear now. The up-and-coming edge rusher, it just got basically paid the whole damn bank. Like, it's freaking ridiculous. So, anyways, he agreed to 4-year, $105 million contract extension through 2027. So the Bears are locking him up for a while. All right. What I'm thinking that they're doing right now is they are trying to find one of those lockdown pieces that's going to be good for years to come, and they're going to try to build around. So there's that way. There's two ways that this can honestly either work or not work. All right. The problem with the Bears is they don't really know how to say no. All right. And in my honest opinion, giving up a second round pick was not my forte. I probably wouldn't have done that, but I'm not a GM. So whatever. But anyways, Sweat. Anyways, they're trying to find that one guy that they can build a defense around. All right. I think what they're doing is they kind of took it, not to brag about my Lions, but that's kind of basically what the Lions have done with Aiden Hutchinson. They went into the draft, they got a surefire thing, and they built around him. All right. Now, Montez Sweat didn't come from the draft. He came from the Commanders, but same basic thing. Now, how could this go horribly wrong for the Chicago Bears? Well, first of all, this could be a Clay, whatever that guy's name. You guys know what I'm talking about. Clay Chasepool. This could be Clay Chasepool 2.0, where he just doesn't really provide, or basically he doesn't provide, but to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. This guy's stats are unbelievable. Him and Chase Young were on the same line, and he's a little bit more consistent than Chase Young as well. All right. So in my opinion, the Bears are going to do just fine with this signing, in my honest opinion. I don't think it's going to make a huge impact this year. All right. Montez is good, but you also are going against a offensive line such as the Lions. Vikings offensive line, believe it or not, is underratingly good. And Green Bay, they still have a couple players that are decent with that little regime that they got there. All right. Now, in terms of the contract, I definitely think later on this is going to get they kind of had to pay him like this in order to get him over here, because right now the Bears are ass. Just plain and simple. So, in my honest opinion, they had to pay him this much. I definitely think this is going to get restructured down the line, just because the fact is $105 million is a lot of freaking money. And granted, they do have the cap space for it, but we'll see what happens. So, but anyways, in terms of that trade, I kind of grade this one as maybe a B-, because this is a 50-50 shot whether this works or not. All right. Because it's either going to drastically be bad or it's going to have a huge upside, which we'll see what happens. I could totally see this paying off for them, in my honest opinion. All right. I definitely think they would have done better if they would have done it through the draft, just because it would have been cheaper for them. But this year's draft class doesn't have a lot of heavy edge rushers and a lot of really good edge rushers this year's draft class. So it is what it is. Honestly, for the Bears, I hope it works out for you guys, just because the fact is like, I kind of feel bad for you this year because you had all this hype behind you and just hasn't worked out this year. So, but anyways, this is the Honolulu Wave, just kind of doing like a little video on Montez Sweat, because honestly, I thought it was very interesting that the Bears did this. And I kind of wanted to go into full detail. But anyways, don't feel free to like and subscribe, and always ride the Honolulu Wave.